אחר הצהריים טובים, אורחים נכבדים. Good afternoon, dear guests. גברת גבריאלה דוד, מר אריאל דוד, פרופסור ירון עוז רקטור, פרופסור אייל זיסר, סגן הרקטור, כלות וחתני פרס דן דוד לשנת 2018, גבירותיי ורבותיי. לאור העובדה שכלות וחתני הפרס אינם שולטים בשפה העברית, הטקס ינוהל ברובו בשפה האנגלית. Mrs. Gabriela David, Mr. Ariel David, Professor Yaron Oz, Rector of Tel Aviv University, Professor Eyal Zisser, Vice Rector of Tel Aviv University, laureates of the 2018 Dan David Prize, ladies and gentlemen. This ceremony consists of two parts: the awarding of the prizes for the best essays on the theme of Name Your Hero, written by high school students, and the awarding of scholarships for young researchers. Dan David's vision of fostering the next generation of leaders was very close to his heart. He took great pleasure in encouraging young doctoral and postdoctoral students to attain great achievements in their respective field. This concern for the future led to the initiation of the Name Your Hero essay competition, inaugurated 15 years ago, in which high school students are invited to participate. Another project aiming to foster and support young researchers is the Mia Fisher Scholarship, established by Dan David to commemorate his late wife, Mia Fisher, who was a very successful businesswoman. This scholarship is awarded annually to a female PhD student at the Leon Recanati Graduate School of Business Administration at the Faculty of Management of Tel Aviv University. I now would like to invite Mrs. Gabriela David to address the audience.
Shalom to all. I hope that you all understand English. Who doesn't? Anybody? Any difficulties? I speak a very simple, plain English, so you should all understand. I am the wife of the late Dan David. His picture is over there. And I am the mother of his son, my son, Ariel David. He did this. That's a lot. There are three themes, three subjects for this afternoon. They're all written here. I don't know if I go by the order, but I will start with Mia Fisher. Mia Fisher was my husband's wife. She passed away, and then he created the scholarship here at the university. Mia was a businesswoman. They knew each other from Romania, and they were very close and created a lot of companies, starting in Rome, in England, but other countries. Spain, Japan, and they worked together like really a team, something to admire. I am not a businesswoman. In any case, Mia passed away in 1978. In 1979, Dan met me. What can I do? So, he took me from Israel. It was right here in Tel Aviv. And he took me to Rome, where he lived. And that's where I lived with him happily ever after. Dan passed away about 7 years ago, and I returned back to Israel, and I live here, and I'm happy to live here again. I'm a Sabra, I was born here, even though many things changed, and I changed too. I would like to call, first of all, the Vered Kurz, who is receiving this year's award. And I would like to get all the information from Vered herself. Please, give her an applause.
Thank you, Smadar and Gabriela, for this lovely introduction. I also thank everyone here tonight and this evening, and the rector and the vice rector. I'm very honored and humbled by this wonderful opportunity. And very excited. This scholarship enables me to be completely devoted to my research and pursue my PhD on a full-time basis, and I'm very grateful for that. My dissertation investigates neural and behavioral mechanisms of revealed preference, which examines whether subjects are consistent in their choice behavior. I use tools and methods from both neuroscience and economics to obtain a comprehensive understanding of choice inconsistency. In two wide scopes projects, I question A, whether and how is choice inconsistency affected by experimental design and procedures, and B, what is the brain activity while making consistent and inconsistent decisions. And taken together, I hope these studies will help us better understand the fundamentals of inconsistent behavior, which is the roots for economic rationality and lies at the heart of economic theory. Thank you very much.
Our next step, where's Madame? Madame, who should I go? To the younger ones or to the older ones?
To both of them.
Together in one shot, it's impossible. I go to the, don't know, which way to go. Okay, I go to the kids. I go to you. I love you, I really do. And I love you wearing this T-shirt that my husband loved. He used to come here, strip off his jacket, take off his tie, and put it on. And he loved it. I know that you wrote an essay. You were busy. Good for you. And I know that you were selected who is the best, who is the more talented, and I hope you brought interesting subjects. It might help us in the future. So what I'm saying is that we are going to call you by your name and award you each one. All this pile here is for you. And maybe we should go right ahead.
Let me say a little bit about this program. This program, the Name Your Hero, is a joint venture of the Dan David Prize, the Dov Lautman Unit for Science-Oriented Youth at Tel Aviv University, and the Ministry of Education, the State of Israel. The students are invited to submit an essay presenting their ideas for candidates, their heroes for the Dan David Prize. This year we receive about 1,300 essays from students in the 9th grade to the 12th grade, 120 students who presented the most creative and innovative ideas were invited to attend a one-day workshop at the university. A review committee selected 22 prize winners with the most outstanding essays. The ideas conveyed in the winning essays are presented to the Dan David Prize board members for consideration of future fields. The winners of the first prize received 10,000 shekels each. The winners of the second prize received 5,000 shekels each, and those of the third prize received 2,500 shekels each. The school that excelled in promoting the competition and in encouraging participation is awarded 20,000 shekels. This sum is earmarked for innovative educational programs. Now I would like to call Sharon Regev, the coordinator of the Name Your Hero competition, to address the audience.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dan David Youth Prize Ceremony. Today we are celebrating with the winners of Name Your Hero Youth Essay Competition. I would like to thank the guests who are here tonight and are honoring the students with their presence. Professor Yaron Oz, Rector, Professor Eyal Zisser, Vice Rector, the 2018 Dan David Prize Laureates, Mrs. Gabriela David, Mr. Ariel David, Mrs. Dorit Sussman, Head of Tel Aviv Youth University, member of Tel Aviv University Board of Governors, scholarship recipients, as well as principals, teachers from all the winning school who were highly involved in this competition from day one, support the students and accompany them along this project. Other important guests are family members and friends, which some of them are the subject of the winning essays. And, of course, all the high school students of Tel Aviv Youth University who are here today to receive the prize for writing an original essay in the Youth Dan David competition, Name Your Hero. Here, please stand. Dear guests, it is the 15th year to the Name Your Hero writing competition for the youth. The competition is open to 9 to 12 grade students from all over the country and from all sectors of the Israeli society. In their essays, the students are given the opportunity to offer their own candidates for the annual Dan David Prize. Out of 1,300 essays, 130 original and creative essays were selected, and the writers were invited to a one-day workshop at Tel Aviv University to guide them with their final essay. The 22 winning essays were chosen for their originality, writing quality, and critical thinking. For me, it was exciting and fascinating to read about our youth heroes. And I would like in this occasion to say many thanks to Amit Fried, my colleague, for his professional academic coordination along the last month. Thank you. The students wrote about individual and organization who inspired them through their scientific, technological, artistic, and civilian activity. We were moved by all winning essays as well as from others that did not receive a prize this year. These youngsters proved to us that they are seeking values, equality, and leadership, and impress us with their high level of writing, which is not obvious in this generation that has less reading hours and a lot of screen hours. It is my privilege and honor to have with us tonight some of the students' heroes. Adin Yazov Cohen, Hassan Abu Sha'ali, Rashi Kaur, and Amir Taga. Avital is here already? Avital? Among all the issues that were addressed in these essays, gender equality and the Me Too campaign were leading topics. One of the winning essays was written by Aya Khaimovich from Akfar HaYarok High School. She wrote about SuperSONAS organization, a new Israeli organization that acts to promote gender balance in influential and decision-making platforms in Israel. It is my honor to invite Ms. Avital Stein, who represents the organization here today. Please, Avital.
Hello, everyone. I'm very excited to be here. I'm Avital Stein. I'm representing SuperSONAS on behalf of Chana Rado, which really wanted to make it but couldn't. And if you'll allow me in about two brief minutes to tell you the story of why we're doing what we're doing and why Chana decided to do what she's doing. So about 3 years ago, she was invited to speak at the National Israeli Business Conference. And she noted that there were 10% women speakers at the business conference. She was just not having it. She said, this is not going to work. And she looked up the charts, and she found that within the 100 leading companies in Tel Aviv, 6 out of the CEOs were women. Out of 62 governmental corporations, 2 of the CEOs were women. And we're, women, 51% of the society, so it was just not showing up in the numbers of us being out there on stage and just representing the sectors generally. So she and 10 of her very high-powered, talented friends got a platform going and got 100 women to say we're able and competent to speak up and to stand up on stage and represent women so that we're closer to that 51% ratio. And within those 3 years, we've been working really hard. And today I'm happy to say that we're 1,700 women that are out there and that are really paving the way to gender equality. So last year, when the National Israeli Business Conference came around, that same one 3 years ago, there were 43% women at the event. So that was thanks to SuperSONAS, and they gave the credit to SuperSONAS. So we still have a very long way to go, and we're pushing forth, but we're inviting any men and women that are interested in pushing forth this mission, which is super important because we are 51% of the society, and young men and women. It's never too early to voice your agenda out there. So thank you for having me on this stage.
Okay, so this year we have 22 winning essays. 3 winners in the first place, 6 winners in the second place, and 13 winners in the third place. The winning students are from different places around Israel. I will mention Ashdod, Herzliya, Kfar Saba, Nitzan, Haifa, Ra'anana, Petach Tikva, Kfar Kara, Kiryat Tiv'on, Kfar Vradim, Baka El-Garbiya, Yerushalayim, Natzrat Ilit, Kiryat Motzkin, Veramat HaSharon. In addition to the winning essays, each year we choose a winning school. This year the winning school is El Qasemi School. The school is from Baka El-Garbiya. This school participates consistently and successfully at Name Your Hero competition for the last 5 years. This year, they have one of the highest application number, and 2 of their students have won the second and the third prize today. The prize will be dedicated to a debate program called Siach Vasig for mentoring the students and creating a team in the national level. Mr. Afif Masrawa, the administrative principal, and Mrs. Ran Ganaim represent the school today. Tel Aviv Youth University is proud to be part of this handover and grateful to the late Dan David and his family for the opportunity to be part of Dan David Prize. We believe that these youngsters added their unique voice and spirit to the Dan David Prize. And for them, the participation in this competition was significant. We thank all participants, their teacher, their role models, and our collaborators. Congratulations to all winners.
Okay. We will now award the prizes. First prize, לאה גלוזמן, בית הספר זין אשדוד. לא, אני לא יכולה להמשיך, אנחנו צריכים לראות. ויקי גליקסון, בית הספר הכפר הירוק, רמת השרון. יהב מלכה, בית הספר התיכון מנור, כברי. מקום שני, second prize, היבה מג'לי, תיכון עיוני עתיד אל-נהרה אל-הליה, כפר קרע. היא פה. איילה מלכה, בית הספר מקיף זין אשדוד. אדיה אנזי, בית הספר התיכון השם הרטמן, ירושלים. שרה עתמני, בית הספר התיכון אל-קסאמי, באקה אל-גרבייה. גפן פרי, חטיבת הביניים בר-לב, כפר סבא. מתן שקוטאי, בית הספר התיכון הרטמן, ירושלים. מקום שלישי, third prize, אלה אמיתי, בית הספר התיכון, קבוצת יבנה. דניאל אפק, חטיבת הביניים בר-לב, כפר סבא. דן דוד בן חיים, בית הספר התיכון אשר לאובק, חיפה. דן פול הראל, בית הספר התיכון אוסטרובסקי, רעננה. צלם אותנו.
אליי. אבל גם הוא.
איה חיימוביץ', בית הספר הכפר הירוק, רמת השרון. אור כרמל, בית הספר הכפר הירוק, לוי אשכול, רמת השרון. דניאל מילר, מקיף אורט, גרינברג, קריית טבעון. ריין אסרף מסרי, בית הספר התיכון אל-קסאמי, באקה אל-גרבייה. כרמל פוקס, בית הספר התיכון אחד העם, פתח תקווה. דיינה צ'יבוטריוב, בית הספר אורט על שם יגאל אלון, נצרת עילית. חן קרמש, בית ספר אורט, קריית מוצקין. עומר שלו, בית הספר הכפר הירוק, רמת השרון. ים שקדי, בית ספר אורט, על שם שפירא, כפר סבא. בית הספר הזוכה אל-קסאמי, באקה אל-גרבייה, מנהל אדמיניסטרטיבי עפיף מסארווה ורכזת אספה רנגנים. This is the winning school, is Al-Qassami High School, Baqa El-Garbiya. El-Qasim, okay. Thank you very much, גבריאלה אל שרון. את רוצה עוד להגיד משהו? אוקיי, אז...
זה היה באמת הנושא הבא.
אבל לא ניתן לה קודם לפתוח? אוקיי. כי יש כאן... Okay. We will now open the second part of the ceremony with Noy Bak from the Buchman Mehta School of Music, who will be performing a piece for flute from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. אנחנו נפתח את חלקו השני של הטקס בנגנתה של נוי בק מבית הספר למוזיקה על שם בוכמן מטה, שתנגן קטע לחליל מהיפה והחיה של דיסני.
I would like to share with you, especially now with our laureates, a very nice event, story, something that happened to me a year and a half ago. This is my occasion to reveal that I'm also a student like you. I'm doing homework and I'm doing exams, and I love them as much as you do. In any case, one day I'm standing outside with one of my teachers, or as they call them, professors, and I'm looking at the neighborhood, and I admire it, and I love it, and I say, my husband loved it. He loved it, comparing it with his life as a student at the university in Bucharest, and he said, those were dark days. The university was dark, gray, unpleasant, sad. This is here full of joy. The trees, the green, everything is, and the birds and the youth. And she looks at me, And I say to her, you do know who's my husband I'm speaking about? And she says, no, I don't. So I look at her and I said, look, I will tell you, I tried to be a student like everybody here, and I'm not speaking who I am, what I am. I am Gabi, that's all. So I told her, I'll tell you who he is, Dan David. At that moment, the professor stands and looks at me like that. And I said, why? What's wrong? What happened? I reached my doctorate thanks to you, laureates, who shared with me your prize. Due to receiving the Dan David Prize, I could complete my studies. So now you understand how it is very, very important what you're doing here. And I wish you all the success and all the others who are going to get the Dan David Award as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gabi. I have the pleasure to invite to the stage the Rector of Tel Aviv University, Professor Yaron Oz, and the 2018 Dan David Prize laureate, Professor Lorraine Daston, Professor Evelyn Fox-Keller, Professor Simon Scheffer, Professor Ezekiel Emanuel, Professor Jonathan Glover, Baroness Mary Warnock, Professor Carlo Croce, Professor Mary Claire King, and Professor Bert Vogelstein. Please come to the stage. Okay. First, let me thank the laureates of the 2018 Dan David Prize for joining us in this scholarship award ceremony for young researchers. You, the laureates, donate 10% of your prize to support young researchers from all over the world in their doctoral and postdoctoral training. I would like to call Professor Yaron Oz, Rector of Tel Aviv University, to deliver his address.
Mrs. Gabriela David, Mr. Ariel David, Gabi. She's a student in my university. Distinguished laureates, young researchers, high school students, family members. We live in a rapidly changing environment with an exponentially, you know what is an exponent, right, in the high school, exponentially growing information and data. It is a world where children meet countless new challenges and new opportunities. The physicist Stephen Hawking, who died this year, was diagnosed with a serious illness at an early stage of his career. He never gave up and went on to make major discoveries in physics. His words were, "The past, like the future, is indefinite and exists only as a spectrum of possibilities." In such an ecosystem, it is desirable to have role models to look up to and follow. The award winners' essays written by the high school students reveal how role models from different parts of the world and different cultures and disciplines become heroes of children and affect their will and mind. The Dan David Prize laureates present here are such role models. The tasks and challenges of my colleagues and me and Tel Aviv University are to foster new generations and role models that will make an impact on the world in general and on Israel in particular. We are making an effort to mentor, educate, and prepare our students to succeed in new professions that are not defined yet, and be able to work with tools that have not been developed yet. And of course, one should add to the complexity the fact that the new generations of students are very different from the previous ones, having new needs, requests, ambitions, and they are cognitively different. These are great challenges that every academia in the world is facing, and one path we are trying to follow is to make the university education and mentoring more personalized and tailored to the individuals. A very important mission that we have is to change the culture of debate and the prevailing climate of viewing the world in a binary way. Absolute good versus ultimate evil, friend versus enemy, you and us. We developed, as part of our education program at Tau, academic courses that combine theoretical studies at the university and meeting and working with people in the field on the topics related to the academic courses. Such an example is a course on racism, where the students meet people that experience it, listen to them, help them. The courses cross the diverse disciplines and are offered in all faculties in campus. This year there are 913 students participating, investing 59,000 hours in 125 projects, done together with 95 non-profit organizations, and the numbers are growing. Let me finish by congratulations to the Dan David Scholarship winners and the essay writers, and wishing them to be the role models of other kids in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Oz. Before we invite the scholarship recipients to receive their certificates, let me tell you briefly about the selection procedure. An academic committee was headed by the Vice Rector, Professor Eyal Zisser, and comprised of Professor Ori Chesnovsky, the scientific advisor of the Dan David Prize, and senior faculty members who are experts in the specific field of the Dan David Prize for the given year. Scholastic excellence is always the major criterion for selection. Scholarships are awarded to young researchers from Tel Aviv University and from other universities from all over the world. This year we received around 200 applications, out of which the committee selected the most worthy candidates. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the committee for their outstanding work. We will now begin with the awarding of the scholarships. It has become a tradition that the Dan David Prize laureates award the scholarships in their respected fields. Professor Loren Daston, Professor Evelyn Fox-Keller, and Professor Simon Scheffer will award the scholarship to the young researchers for the pastime dimension in the field of history of science. Professor Daston will award the scholarship to Dr. Tal Arbel, Tel Aviv University, Cohen Institute for History, Philosophy of Science and Ideas. It's okay, whatever. בבקשה. לא. צלם אותך, הכל יהיה בסדר. Ms. Rosie Lev Chalutz, Tel Aviv University, Cohen Institute for History and Philosophy of Science and Ideas. Thank you, Professor Daston. Professor Fox Keller will award the scholarship to Mr. Ray Schreier from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem Department of History. Thank you, Professor Keller. Professor Schaffer will award the scholarship to Dr. Ran Segev from the Tel Aviv University Cohen Institute for History and Philosophy of Science and Ideas. Thank you, Professor Schaffer. A scholarship in this category has also been awarded to Ms. Lily Wong, University of Chicago, Morris Feischbahn Center for the History of Science and Medicine, Mr. Noah Stemerov, University of Toronto, History and Philosophy of Science, and Ms. Wenyu Zhao, Columbia University, Department of History. Baroness Mary Warnock, Professor Ezekiel Emanuel, and Professor Jonathan Glover will award the scholarship to the young researchers for the present time dimension in the field of bioethics. Baroness Warnock will award the scholarship to Ms. Julia Cavalieri from King's College London, Department of Global Health and Social Medicine, and she is here. Ms. Maayan Sudai from Harvard University Law School. Maayan is unable to attend. Here to accept the scholarship on her behalf is her sister, Merav Sudai. Thank you, Baroness Warnock. Professor Emanuel will award the scholarship to Dr. Shira Shmueli from Tel Aviv University Edmond Safra Center for Ethics. Thank you, Professor Emanuel. Thank you, Professor Emanuel. Professor Glover will award the scholarship to Dr. Guy Shalev of Tel Aviv University, Department of Sociology and Anthropology. Guy was unable to join us today. Here to accept the scholarship on his behalf is his colleague, Mr. Amit Lazarus. A scholarship in this category has also been awarded to Dr. Kelly Owens, University of Pennsylvania, Department of Medical Ethics and Health Policy, and to Ms. Lisa Lehner, Cornell University, Department of Science and Technology Studies. Professor Bert Vogelstein, Professor Carlo Croce will award the scholarships to the young researchers for the future time dimension in the field of personalized medicine. Professor Vogelstein will award the scholarship to Ms. Jacqueline Douglas, Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, Department of Cellular and Molecular Medicine. Ms. Nofar Vega, Tel Aviv University, Department of Cell Research and Immunology. Thank you, Professor Vogelstein. Professor Carlo Croce will award the scholarship to Dr. Reuven Edry, Tel Aviv University, Department of Molecular Microbiology and Biotechnology. Ms. Lena Neufeld, Tel Aviv University, Department of Physiology and Pharmacology. Mr. Tzvi Yaari, Technion, the Wolfson Department of Chemical Engineering. Thank you, Professor Croce. Scholarships in this category has also been awarded to Mr. Eran Hodis from Harvard University Department of Biophysics and Dr. David Ze'avi, the Rockefeller University Center for Studies in Physics and Biology. I now wish to kindly request Mr. Reuven Edry to address the audience on behalf of all the scholarship recipients.
Okay, so thank you very much, Smadar, for the kind introduction. I would like to thank the Dan David Foundation, and of course I want to thank all of these year laureates for their great contribution to human knowledge, and of course for their generous contribution to our awards. I want to thank all of those people who are here and which I can speak for. I want to thank all the, actually I thank enough, I think. I want to say a couple of words about our role as a scientist, because it's not easy to deal in science. Probably some of us know this. I think that the most important thing in science is always to uncover new fundamentals which are found in nature, and we must use it to explore the unknown and not use it for which is known already. I won't talk about politics or global markets and stuff like this because I think it's irrelevant, but you can get the picture. In my research, I use the unmet potential that is held in most of our cells in the body. Actually, each cell in our body can actually become a liver, a heart, a kidney cell. However, it chose to be some sort of cell for a reason. So there's a technique that was developed a couple of years ago that helps us to induce adult cells to become embryonic-like stem cells. Those induced cells are very popular nowadays. They are used in many labs in the world. And for example, we can use those stem cells to simulate development and disease in humans, which is very helpful for us because, first of all, it can decrease the need in animal models, which is very important for us. And most importantly, we can use these cells in regenerative medicine to treat different illnesses. In my study specifically, I use these cells combined with proteins that are derived from the patient and are used as a scaffold for the cells to form tissues or organs. This enables us to form complete personalized tissue implants. These implants will be compatible to the patient and can be used to treat, for example, spinal cord injuries or mend a damaged heart. I want to conclude and congratulate all of these year's winners and wish all of us a bright and meaningful future. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ruben. I'd like to thank again the 2018 Dan David Prize laureates and wish the scholarship recipients much success in their research endeavors. This concludes this evening's ceremonies. Thank you all and good evening. Thank you.
להישאר.
Yes.